Hi, welcome to Retirement Railroad 2.0. I'm Steve, and this is Workbench Wednesday, episode 12. Over the weekend, we got an extra 11.5 because I had acquired some Kato bi-level commuter coaches, which are basically the same as the Rock Island cab coach. Different color scheme, and they don't have the detail on the end, but the interiors are basically the same. The mechanics of it is the same. So I've added those into this series, the two Metras, and the process evolves. With that, stay tuned, and we're going to look at prepping and painting, and to include some decals as well. With that, hang tight. So pictured here is one of two of the Metra cab coaches I mentioned that were rolling into this series, and there you can see I've got it stripped down already. We've covered that. The center top panel comes off these cars. For what purpose, I'm really not sure. But I took it off to take a look. Taking a look at all the detail parts there on the Rock Island cab coach. And the Metra coaches are substantially similar. They just do not have the cab. They're just coaches. Now we move in to the detail parts, all right, that have been stripped off. All the glazing's been taken off. All the detail parts have been taken off. That's one of two of the side marker fixtures. All right, and those are the key to getting this thing pulled apart, at least this cab end of it pulled apart. All right, so that would be the first thing to take off. That's what I'd recommend to everybody. That's the glazing that goes across the car into each of those marker lights. That's the headlight fixture. Now there is some clear glazing or light tunnel, so to speak, that goes into that. That is the bellows for the passenger side, and the yellow is the bellows for the cab side. There's the glazing piece or glass for the cab itself, and then there is the two-piece cab fixtures. Here we have the primer that I use, the Vallejo primer, and the Santa Fe Silver. This here is the clear matte finish I use after every level. I've got it painted up silver there now. Now we're going to start the decaling process. And I have two different sets of decal paper. One has a white backing and the other is a clear backing. All right. For these models, I am using the clear backing, except for the end striping on the Rock Island cab coach. That is simply red and white lines that I did in paint and transferred that to a Word file, sized it properly in Word, and printed out on the white backed decal paper. All right, that would give me the white striping on the silver car, and that's what I'm applying right there. Okay. And I apply these before I put that end bellows on so that the bellows is over the top of it. All right, so we're going to speed this up a little bit, and it's just a matter of applying all of the different decals. We have the two end center stripes there. We have a herald that goes on the door, the Burlington Route herald that gets put on. And then on each side, on the left side of the door is a CB and Q, and on the right side is the road number, and above the door is Burlington. Okay, and that gets done to both sides of the coach. Just apply the Burlington above that door. That's the road number going on. Now I did have to take the glazing out of that door that you see laying right there, because we're going to give a matte finish to the model to help seal the decals in place so that they won't simply rub off through normal handling or wear and tear. Little bit of a glare there. Sorry. And you may hear the neighbor's dog barking in the background. We're doing the other side now, putting the Burlington on. And notice, I have the car up on some foam pads. Since it has not been a coat of matte finish yet, the decals on the other side would be highly susceptible to rubbing off. So I use just some of the foam pads that's in an Athearn blue box, and use those laid out there to put the car on. We use microsol to set the decals. Using some microsol on the decals to help set them up, thin them out, make them lay properly. Again, this is the wash, rinse, repeat again, putting on the other side of the car. And as I mentioned before, the shell is up on foam, so I don't rub the decals off the other side. And I do the same process to not only the Rock Island cab coach, but also the two Metra coaches as well. And we take it over to the spray booth and get it all fired up and give a nice thin layers, multiple layers, but thin and dry, thin and dry, thin and dry, layers of matte clear finish that seals those decals in place. Now the microsol to set the decals will add a little discoloration to this silver, but it's pretty much hidden when you put the matte clear finish on it. Now I've added a couple detail parts, the bellows for each. Alright, so we've finished getting them paint. We've put a matte finish on them. We've started to reassemble a little bit. We still have a lot to go. We have detailing and putting KD couplers on as well. So I want to thank you for joining me here at the Retirement Railroad 2.0 Workbench Wednesday episode 12. I'm Steve, and y'all have a great day. Bye now.